Hi guys, Asmo here, and today I'm making a video to tell you that Reave sucks. It's a horrible skill, don't play with it. So I'm gonna explain pretty much what I've done so far with this character, but I don't think it's gonna really get off the ground too much. I am clearing like T14 Cemetery, it's a really nice map to farm, so I'm farming red maps comfortably. The boss takes a while, but it's okay. However, it's definitely nowhere near it should be given the investment. I have bought the highest DPS highest elemental DPS weapon, because if you just go for like highest physical DPS weapon on POB, you get actually significantly less, right? So this, if I like leveled all my awakened gems that I'm running, like I'm running Awaken Undead Lightning, Awaken Elemental Damage. If I also had like Awaken Multi-Strike, I would be at around 700,000 DPS with this weapon, but I would be at around like 470,000 DPS with like the highest possible DPS physical weapon, that like the 50 Exalt weapon that exists on trade, like the highest one. I put it in POB and it gives me like way less damage than this weapon, right? So elemental weapon is the way to go with this Reave, right? For those of you who didn't watch the previous video, I'm talking about Anomalous Reave, which is the alternate quality of this skill that gives you 100% of physical damage converted to a random element. So you end up doing like fire, cold, lightning, and you end up like igniting and shocking and freezing and shattering and all of that. In theory, extremely nice, and also with like this chest that gives you level 25 elemental penetration that works with every single element, no matter which one you roll. It works great with that. And we also are stacking frenzy charges because we are playing raider. So as a raider you get +1 frenzy charge here. We're getting +3 frenzy charges from the tree, and then we're getting +1 here and +1 on the gloves as well. That gives us total of 9, and we could get also more on rings, but we're at 9. That's one way that we're scaling the damage. We're also picking up all of these. This is just massive, insane. Like 9 times 8 is like the increased damage here. We've got like 18% attack speed from this node, like just crazy stuff all around. In any other like working skill this would be great, but with this skill is horrible. Still using the Lyco shield because didn't bother getting accuracy. We could increase of course damage, but that's like not that much damage, still would have to really invest a lot. Like given the investment and given the performance of this character, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get in the map in a moment, it's definitely not as you would expect. Flasks, I have like really good at Series Promise, that everything is like max roll on this, that gives me tons of extra chaos damage. This is like max roll Taste of Hate as well. We're also running Diamond Flask, they have this nutty belt. Like everything, this is like some extra crit here. We've got a Helm enchant with increased Reave damage. We've got Curse Elemental Weakness on hit with 20% increased effect, so we get Elemental Weakness on hit as well. And then from the passive skill tree, like the next points that I would, if I would level higher, I would basically keep grabbing jewels like this, like added elemental damage with attacks, added elemental damage with sword attacks, accuracy and max life, so that I can dish the shield for under shear by getting enough accuracy, right? I can craft accuracy on a couple of items, but it's like it's a solid base to start with, right? It's not like min-maxed with every single piece of gear, but it's like a solid base that should get you started. You should be able to like kill everything in like T16s and Awakener and stuff like that on any other build. If you like go to trade website and select a weapon and just filter them by highest DPS and buy that, then you should be able to like look at this nutty weapon. This is tier 2, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, tier 2, tier rank 3, so that's tier 1. Like crit multi, attack speed, and all 3 elemental damage, and it tickles. But let's go into a map and I'll show you how the skill performs. We'll get bloodlines or something. And I'm also running Intimidating Cry so that I can intimidate enemies that are near, for the 10% increased damage taken for enemies as well, right? And then a lot of the damage comes from the penetration, because I have like the elemental penetration and then elemental weakness, and then I have tons of penetration here, like where is it? 4% penetration, 5% penetration, 6% penetration, We have plenty of penetration here. The build is pretty tanky though. I like the idea of the Raider, and I'll probably repurpose this character for some other skill. We're not using Quicksilver Flask because you'll notice that we are zooming pretty fast. Let me get Reave up. Oh my god. Okay. Speaking of being tanky. So now that we have Reave up, the AoE is actually nice until we drop the stacks, yeah, because it's very easy to drop the stacks because they don't stick around for very long. And as you can see, we're shattering things and it looks nice until we start actually like needing damage, like we go to single target and there it is, like takes a while to kill the boss. Like considering what kind of nutty weapon I have and what kind of setup this is, and curse on hit and everything, this is definitely not doing enough, you know? Like to have this kind of struggle with the boss. Not doing metamorphs because that would take ages. So yeah, again we need to the Reave just for the extra stacks and then try to maintain the stacks. And we're zooming around. There is also a bug currently with the dash. It doesn't work until I shield charge sometimes. Okay, level 88, nice. We can grab I guess life node, and then once I get another point I can respec it and get another jewel, for example. We're immune to all elemental ailments, which is very nice. Like this is great build if it wasn't Reave, you know, it wasn't elemental Reave. If it was some other build that actually makes sense and deals real damage, then this would be way better. Right now it's like 500,000 Shaper DPS, I guess. And yeah, definitely not a great skill. Like you could see, like clearing is fine. Clearing T14 like that is fine. Then you can do that if you want. But the single target damage is really pitiful. And considering that this is Reave, yeah, this should definitely not be that bad. So on normal Reave, of course, it's not like you're gonna get better results because Reave is just like a horrible skill. Doesn't have any flat added damage. The base damage that it deals is not that high. The damage effectiveness is like okay, I guess, not really great. Yeah, so that's how it looks like currently. We are, what else are we doing here? We have a lot of dodge. Like I'm hitting like 68% dodge when I have all my frenzy charges up, and I get like 30% spell dodge, actually 40% spell dodge, because we also, when we're phasing, so I'll show you, where is it? I have it, there we go, 40% spell dodge, because when we get phasing, when we get onslaught we get phasing, and when we get phasing we get the extra spell dodge as well. If I had like the other flask, I would have like 50% spell dodge and capped on this. Let's sell this guy one of the blazing salvos. I got 23 quality one. I actually didn't know I have a 23 quality one because I got my blazing salvo to level 21, but of course in order to do that I had to like level a bunch of them. Yeah, blazing salvo is working great. I'm like clearing awakener and everything with it, but this build definitely is gonna have to become something else. So I'm gonna think about what other build could use this kind of a setup instead of the Reave, and then we're gonna go with that and maybe continue leveling this character with that, because leveling with this character is pretty good. Like it just zooms pretty fast. Like Raider is a very fast character. Like we have no Quicksilver Flask and we are zooming quickly through maps, so I'll probably try to figure out another build with that. And if you want to play Reave, it's like playable, but you'd have to really invest into it. You'd have to get like a really good shield or like 2 extremely good weapons, fix the accuracy, get extra jewels with flat damage, get Stygian Vice with like max elemental damage with attack skills, get crazy rings, get like double curse, or like get an extra mark as well. So we'd have to have like extra curse somewhere here. We're allocating divine favor with the oils because this is another 3% elemental damage penetration with weapons. 25% crit, 24% increased elemental damage with attack skills, and strengthening it. This is an amazing node for this build. So that's it. That's it for this video. Pretty much an update on the character that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be developing any further, but I wanted to show how it works for everyone. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.